Say, folks, have you seen the True Winner Stories ad campaign? These full-page newspaper ads are being run by the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Commission. And in the words of Romulan Senator Vreenak,
it's a fake.
That's right, the OLG is stressing that these ads are true. But alas and alack, the ads are only kinda true-ish. I think that's a problem. After all, the OLG is a scandal-plagued Crown corporation that has a history of not telling the truth. Don't take my word for it, just refer to the 2007 Ombudsman's report entitled A Game of Trust. The Ombudsman found the OLG to be guilty of everything from insider wins to denying legitimate jackpot winners their money. The report was equal parts shameful and scathing. Anyway, me thinks that if a tarnished entity such as the OLG is going to run an ad campaign entitled True Winner Stories, well, maybe it's a really, really good idea to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But no, that's not the case. Indeed, not only is the OLG being less than truthful, but it seems that it is committed to the unholy trinity of diversity, equity, and inclusion. By way of explanation, check out this ad. The copy states, quote, Bartolome was speechless winning $250,000 on crossword, end quote. Now, the absence of Bartolome's surname was the first thing that set off my BS detector. The last time I checked, the OLG was obligated to name names, as in full names, of those who win major lottery prizes. It's about protecting the integrity of the lottery, which is to say it's not good enough for the OLG to say that somebody in Ontario won a jackpot. We need to know who, and we deserve to know who. So I did a little digging, and I came across a Toronto Today article from last November featuring a winner by the name of Bartolome who won precisely $250,000. I'm pretty sure this is the guy the OLG is referring to in its ad. But check out Bartolome's photo. Now, if I had to make a guess, Bartolome Gonzalez looks Filipino, maybe Latino. He's definitely pale-skinned. Now, check out the photo the OLG uses in its newspaper ad. Wow, suddenly Bartolome is black. But why? Hey, I get it. Disney these days is totally into reimagining its characters, ranging from Snow White to Nick Fury, presenting them as being a different race compared to what existed before. But those are fictional characters. Bartolome Gonzalez is real. At least I think he's real. So is the OLG embracing DEI when it comes to its own Disneyfication process? That's what it seems like to me. By the way, the whole thing seems so staged. The ad makes it appear that Bartolome is in a grocery store, yet it's a store with no other customers or staffers. It kind of reminds me of that Instagram photo of Justin Trudeau that popped up the other day. Yep, there is Justin in a Canadian Tire store, dressed down in denim and a ball cap. Yesterday's Man seems to be publishing this photo to suggest, hey guys, I'm just like you, a regular schlub shopping for home goods at Canadian Tire. And yet, is that really the case? There is not a single soul to be seen at this Canadian Tire. Have you ever seen a Canadian Tire so devoid of life? It's so barren that it makes the hotel overlook in The Shining look like Grand Central Station at rush hour. And the question arises, do you think that just maybe out of range of Trudeau's little selfie stick, there were pistol-packing Mounties ready to make a big mess in aisle 5, just in case some local yokel approached the anointed one? They say that seeing is believing, but I don't believe anything when it comes to blackface. But back to the OLG, another ad states that, quote, Kevin walked in for chips, left a millionaire, end quote. I believe that this is Kevin. Here, check it out. But here is Kevin Carrier in the OLG ad. Again, this Kevin doesn't appear to be the same race as the newly minted millionaire Kevin. It's bizarre. I mean, come on, OLG. I'm sure there are visible minorities winning jackpots too. Why don't you feature those winners so there is actually, some truth in your advertising? Gee, I'm now kind of keen not to win a major jackpot, folks. I'm sure the OLG would depict David from Richmond Hill as a transgender. Oh, those woke bastards. By the way, if you have access to an electron microscope, you can check out the weasel words printed on the bottom of the ad. Those words state, quote, "Image of winner is a dramatization. Ticket is not exactly as shown," end quote. Look, I get it. The truth always gets bent in the advertising world, but if an entity is a scandalous crown corporation that justifies its lottery monopoly under the auspices of social responsibility and runs a campaign called True Winner Stories, isn't the OLG playing with fire here, credibility-wise? Now, I did reach out to the media relations department of OLG. They declined to respond. So much for transparency. Bottom line, some 18 years after the Ombudsman's report, the OLG still doesn't get it. Or maybe they just don't give a rodent's rectum. Folks, you know that we love to tell you the other side of the story, especially when it's a crown corporation going rogue, when they're breaking the rules. You won't see the mainstream media getting on the OLG's case. I mean, they're one of the few remaining advertisers for newspapers, radio stations, and TV stations, but we don't operate like that. What I'm saying is, if you can help us, we would greatly appreciate that. Go to rebelinvestigates.com. That's rebelinvestigates.com. And if you can, please chip in $1 or $3. Thanks so much.